Welcome back in to the channel. We're here to discuss Wolves today. A different one. We don't really talk about Wolves normally, no disrespect to them, but a lot's going on at their club at the minute. And it's all regarding the manager situation, isn't it? As we know, Vitor Pereira was sacked by Wolves on the weekend following that 3-0 defeat to Fulham. It was the right thing to do. I think it was about time. I think it was a ridiculous decision to give him the contract in the first place. He's obviously signed a new contract. I think it was 49 days ago and he's now been let go. Ridiculous. Ridiculous from whoever the higher-ups are giving him that contract with the situation they were in already in the season. Don't get it. Baffling decision. But he's gone now, whether Wolves fans like that or not. He is no longer your manager. You are in the market for someone else. As of today and yesterday, it was reported that Gary O'Neill was linked back to the club, and it's fair to say Wolves fans were not happy with that one. It was Rob Edwards, the current Middlesbrough manager, and the former Middlesbrough manager, Michael Carrick, also linked, which again, a baffling sort of appointment. I don't get why Wolves would even think about appointing any of them. Rob Edwards, yes, he's doing all right at Middlesbrough now. Got relegated with Luton, though. I think people are forgetting that. He actually got relegated twice. I think he took him down from the Championship to League One, or he got out just before they went down. Michael Carrick, the man who I absolutely love, by the way, as a player, as a Man United player, absolutely love Michael Carrick. One of the most underrated players ever. But as a manager, I don't think he's up there. I don't think he's quite as good as he was as a player. He's actually nowhere near as good as he was as a player. He obviously got sacked by Middlesbrough at the end of last season, failing to get in the playoffs, and obviously has been replaced by Rob Edwards. So those two, straight away for me, put an X on them, move them to the side, don't go for them. Now, as we know, Gary O'Neill was the Wolves manager. He had an okay start, then it sort of tailed off a little bit. He ended up getting sacked. Vitor Pereira came in to replace Gary O'Neill. Now, the Wolves owners have actually said they should have sacked Gary O'Neill earlier. They should have sacked him earlier than they eventually did. They brought in Vitor Pereira. He's obviously done an okay job at the start. Obviously terrible this season. They've then sacked Vitor Pereira on Saturday and then renegotiated with Gary O'Neill to try and get him back to the club. Baffling. How can your owner say, we should have sacked him sooner, we didn't, we then did sack him, and now we've got a manager vacancy available. Let's go back in for the man we admitted we should have sacked earlier. I don't even know what to say on that. I can imagine Wolves fans are not happy with that. I think if Gary O'Neill was to come in, I think he would have lost the fans before his first training session. I think the actual fact they even considered him is crazy. I don't even know why he was in the running for it. It's a mental thing happening at Wolves at the minute. I don't even know what's going on. I think it highlights even more the issues going on at the club. Obviously, the fans are not happy with the ownership, and I think that in itself is a massive indicator as to why. Wolves actually might struggle to get a manager who wants to work under this ownership at the minute. I think that's how bad it actually is. But as of today, Gary O'Neill has actually withdrawn himself from the negotiations to become the next Wolves manager, which, to be fair, rightfully so. I think if you were treated like that, regardless of your tactics or whatever you've done on the pitch as the manager, from the sideline, etc., regardless of that, the way you were treated by the ownership in itself, yeah, I rightfully so, you withdraw yourself. If they openly admitted they should have sacked you earlier than they did, yeah, I wouldn't want to be part of that. I wouldn't want to go back into that environment. And again, obviously, Wolves fans also didn't want him whatsoever, so I think overall it's the best outcome from both parties. And now, as of today, the rumours are Erik ten Hag is now going to be the front runner for the Wolves job. Now, this is an interesting one. Erik ten Hag managed my club for 2 seasons. And it's fair to say, yeah, he won us a few cups. Credit to him. That first season I'll never forget. I absolutely loved that first season he came into the club. But from then onwards, obviously he gave us amazing times. The FA Cup final win against Man City. The Carabao Cup final win against Newcastle. He gave us good times, and I'm not going to discredit that. But I think he has set, this is just speaking on my club and our situation, I think he set our club, Man United, back a fair few years, 5 years maybe. His talent ID and his player identity was shocking. I want to quickly interrupt this video and talk about Best ZV yet again, because they've kindly sponsored the channel once again with their top quality football shirts. I've got one on at the minute. This is a Venezia shirt. I'll move my mic out the way so you can see it properly. What do you think of this? I'm going to have to shout a bit louder because my mic's further away. This is Venezia's away shirt this season. Absolutely marvellous. I think it's quality. Also sent me this one. This one I actually requested. I sort of said I really want this shirt. It's a South Korea shirt. Let me know what you think of it. That's quite snazzy, that, isn't it? Look at the pattern here. I think that's quite decent, that. That's a proper, like, Power League, 7-a-side, 5-a-side. It's a proper 5-a-side football shirt, that. Of course, Christmas is coming up, so if you do want to get any shirts yourself, make sure to check them out. Link down below. Big shout out to you guys, Best ZV. Now let's get back to the video. He was the one who brought Onana in to replace one of our best goalkeepers ever in David De Gea. He was the one to bring in Anthony and spend £90 million on him. Obviously, he was one of the ones who absolutely wanted him. He was the one who didn't play our Academy Player of the Year, Alvaro Fernandez. We didn't have a left-back, by the way. We didn't have a single left-back. We had Alvaro Fernandez at the club. Didn't play him. We signed Reguilon on a 6-month emergency loan. He got injured. We were then playing Amrabat, Lindelof at left-back. All's while Alvaro Fernandez was sat in and around the club doing niche. And he's now playing for Real Madrid, starting every game. Baffling. Forget about United for a second. He went to Leverkusen. His first job in over a year. Coming back into management, lasted 2 games in the Bundesliga and was sacked. And now he's linked with bottom of the table Wolves. No offence to Wolves fans, but it's been a proper downfall for Erik ten Hag. I'd be interested to see if Wolves fans would entertain this. Like, do you want Erik ten Hag to be your next manager? Here's why I don't think it will work. I don't think Erik ten Hag going to Wolves is going to work whatsoever. I've already given you a key pointers. I think he could be good at the start, maybe he could get you a bounce, but I don't think he's that sort of manager to sort of go into a club and get it going straight away. Is he going to lift them up? Maybe he does, because he has obviously had that experience at bigger clubs with United and Ajax and doing good things with them in the past. He could go into it. The fans are going to back him. I think no matter who comes in, they're going to back it. Apart from Gary O'Neill, I think the fans will back the next manager. So we could get it going at first. You never know. I just don't know how he's going to set up, because he played so many different ways with United. Obviously, we thought coming in to United, he's going to bring that possession style that he did at Ajax. Didn't do that. We sat back and countered for 2 years. And I think at the minute that could suit Wolves. Sit back and counter. Maybe that suits them. But I don't think it's the right thing to do at the minute. You've got to remember, Wolves are bottom of the Premier League with 2 points all season, yet to win a game in the first 10 matches. I think at the minute, Wolves need a manager who's going to keep them up. Ten Hag could be that man. He could keep them up, but it's not a guarantee. I think they need to go in and around the club. Maybe a Brendan Rodgers. He's just left Celtic a few weeks ago. I know Wolves fans have been speaking highly on him, bringing him into the club. Maybe he's the right man for it. I don't know. But I think someone like that who's going to come in, keep them up, and then you can reevaluate the situation at the end of the season. And then Ten Hag maybe with a summer transfer window, although I don't know if you want that, because his talent ID, like I said previously, isn't the best. And there's no guarantees Ten Hag could even take that job. Would he? Would he go back to the Premier League and join the team rock bottom? And is he that type of manager? I don't think he is. I don't think he's the type of manager to go into a club right at the bottom of the league and try and turn it around. I don't think he's got any desire in the world to do that. I think it'll be a lackadaisical appointment. I don't think he'll be interested. He'll be there for sort of the paycheck, you could imagine. I don't know. I don't think that's the right... Overall, I don't think that's the right idea, the right sort of appointment at this current stage. So, if it was me, this is my opinion from the outside looking in on Wolves' situation. Vitor Pereira's gone. Is Erik ten Hag the right man for the job? No, for me. I think they should go for someone like Brendan Rodgers. Who do I think they'll go for? I think they'll go for Rob Edwards. I really do. I think Wolves are going to try and get Rob Edwards away from Middlesbrough. I think that's the man they're going to go for. I can see that happening. And I want to hear Wolves fans' thoughts on that. Is that the right man for the job? I don't know, Like I said before, I don't think it is. I really don't think. I think if you bring in Rob Edwards in, I can't imagine he's going to get the fans going. I can't imagine he's going to get the players riled up to survive in the Premier League. I really can't. I think you need to go for someone well-known, with more experience, and who's going to sort of maybe it is a foreign manager from elsewhere, or someone with a little bit of pedigree to come into the club and sort of just lift the spirits up. I think that's what they need at the minute, and I don't think Rob Edwards is that guy, but that's who I think they'll go for. That's what I'm intrigued to know. Who do you want? Any Wolves fans watching, I'm sure there will be. Any managers you want, put them down below. Put them down in the comment section, like your front runner for the job. Who would you like to come in? And keep it realistic. Let's not start throwing Pep Guardiolas and Carlo Ancelotti's out there, because obviously that's not going to happen. But let's hear your realistic appointments. Who do you want at the club? Thank you all for watching. Hopefully the situation at Wolves does get better. Genuinely, I quite like Wolves. I want to see them survive personally, but let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting few days because I'm hearing they want to get a manager in before the Chelsea game this weekend. They aren't going to wait until the international break. They want it as quick as possible. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.